No, this is one of those nights where the Bulls have been playing good basketball, so they're a confident young team coming in, playing with house money, nothing to lose, not as much at risk in the standings. I don't think they're going to be able to work their way up very much, and they're not dropping out. So they're just playing night on, night in and night out to be consistent. For the Lakers, it is very difficult to explain how you it's like if you're going upstairs after being out of town, and you know how you have to carry 4 pieces of luggage upstairs by yourself, and one suitcase is hitting you in the knee and the other one in the shin, and you're struggling, but you're using all of your strength to get them up there. And then all of a sudden somebody shows up and you only got to carry 1 bag up tonight. And you just, okay, that's a little easier. And you just kind of relax a little because you only have 1 suitcase to carry. And I think a lot of guys for the Lakers tonight, with everybody back in the lineup, they only brought enough strength to carry 1 suitcase tonight. And then all of a sudden the game started and the Bulls needed you to bring 4 suitcases of strength to the game because of how well they played. And it just caught the Lakers off guard. Before they could even realize what was coming at them, they saw the ball go in the basket. They weren't missing. Their confidence was too high, and it was just too late for the Lakers to get a hold of the game by the third quarter.
What kind of suitcase we talking? More of like a
carry-on? The Lakers, we're talking about the LV. No wheels on it.
We put brand names on it now.
We're talking about the big suitcases that take a lot of work to carry up the stairs.
We needed those details.
Yeah.
I do want to come back to you on this, and then I know you can shed some light too, Big Game Fish, because as we're sitting here, even though I said disappointing, I think that's tied more so to the overall big picture expectations, because as you mentioned, Chicago and the Lakers going in 2 different directions when it comes to the end of the season. Also, you look at different numbers for LA. Where they are right now at the top, near the top of the Western Conference, obviously. They're 23-11 coming into tonight versus teams that are below 500. They've shown that they're capable in moments like this. We've seen how great they've been defensively, how well they shoot the basketball. And you sat here and said, let's not blow this one out of proportion.
Yeah, no.
Keep it into perspective.
Yeah, 82-game season. There are going to be nights like this one. Maybe not 146 points, but just not being at your best. And, again, you think about the role players for the Lakers that have really stepped up as of late, even to Jordan Goodwin and the role that he's played, much less of an opportunity tonight with everyone back. Rui Hachimura rejoining the lineup. Okay, well, what does that mean for Jared Vanderbilt? Dalton Knecht completely out of the rotation tonight. So there are things like when all of these guys come back, some of the chemistry, the connection of each player, it gets disconnected a little bit. Because now I'm not as sure of what my role is tonight. I'm going to play less. I may not even play at all. And so instead of that kind of like one team, one mind, everybody together, it just gets a little disjointed in this first night back with all the guys in the lineup. They will be much better on this road trip than they were tonight.
And I imagine that's why, though there can be lessons in losses, Big Game, this is one that you're not going to sit on too long, as you mentioned.
Not this one, because I give them a lot of credit for where they brought themselves from to get to where they are. Now, if they have another game like this, then you don't want to create that kind of habit. But Fish is right. I mean, I can recall, 2 or 3 games out of 82 where you just stink it up. And, it's not because you're not playing hard, it's because you got Kareem over here, you got Magic, and you got Coop, Byron, and then, you don't do your part. And then it turns out that they're thinking the same thing. Yeah. So, you have those nice, but we'll see how they snap back. They've played well. Defense has been pretty good. They've risen to up in the standings. So you hate for it to happen, but I'm not going to dwell on this one too much. Chicago was good with Kobe White, man.
They were good.
JJ's going to dwell on this.
Oh, yeah. He'll lose some sleep a little bit.
Yeah, he's pissed about this one.
Yeah.
He's just not going to feel like, even with everybody back, they just did not compete at the level he's expected them to compete at night in and night out.
That's a sign of someone who wants to lead a team to actually do something come the postseason. And a Laker fan, you want to hear that and you want to know that. I do want to give Kobe White and the Bulls a little bit of love here before we go to the highlight, because as we mentioned, it was just a 3-point game at the half. But Chicago came into that second half, guys, 81-53. versus LA, just took advantage. And it was once a Tar Heel, always a Tar Heel. They're 6-2 over their last 8 games, but Kobe White specifically, his last 10, 28-5-4 tonight, big game. 36 points, 6 of 9 from deep.
He's really improved his game, man. He's got confidence now inside and going to the cup. He's very, very tricky how he can get to the cup and make some acrobatic shots. So, yeah, he's a leader, too, on this team. So I was impressed with Kobe's game.
But tonight, big game, another efficient night for him. 25, 9 of 13, 3 of 7 from deep. And as you like to remind us, shot a 67 last week. So all is well for Austin
we can talk about the 67.
He shot a 67.
67 last week on the golf course. I think he said he missed 2 like 5-footers for birdies, but he can play golf. We'll talk about the golf game tonight because this game, there's nothing impressive about anything that they did. But, Austin's been consistent. Just a bunch of confidence and just like to see the way he's playing.
Yeah, I mean, Austin, I was listening to a couple of, podcasts and different interviews, and it's easy to see why, like, we all gravitate towards Austin and wanting him to do well and seeing him be successful out there, because he's all about just winning and doing things the right way. And so when you give off that type of energy, when you pour into your team and your teammates and you're not really doing it for your own satisfaction and glory, it's really about winning and something bigger than you. Most of the time, this is what comes back. And so Austin's ability to be efficient like this tonight, I know he talked recently about, I think he's shooting 45% this season, and he wants to increase that and get into the high 40s. He wants to be a 50% shooter from the field. He wants to be one of those 50, 40, 90 guys. And performances like tonight show that he's more than capable of it.